Hello, I'm Anders Fagerlund from the Omnia team, and today I'm here to talk about Omnia Express. So Omnia Express is the easy and cost-effective way to a great intranet in Microsoft 365 for small and medium-sized companies. So Omnia Express is an intranet as a service that you subscribe to, and it is based on three main pillars. First of all, a cost-effective and swift implementation in only a few weeks. Our Omnia product, which is a very capable intranet. And also services that will make your intranet hassle-free after launch. So let's look at this in a little bit more detail. First of all, the implementation, as I said, is done with a fixed price, and it will be carried out within just a couple of weeks. So this starts with us collecting some basic information from your organization. This could be about colors and theming. This could be about more technical stuff. This could also be about applications that you want to provide access from your intranet, or perhaps details regarding news. So when we have that information, we can set up your solution and make it ready for a first workshop. At that workshop, we will walk through the solution and gather your feedback. Based on that feedback, we expect to do some fine-tuning to the solution and come back for a second demo or workshop. When you are happy with the solution, it's time then to move on to some training for administrators and for editors, and also preparing your launch. This process will take just a couple of weeks, but we do recommend that you add a couple of weeks to prepare the solution for launch. And by that I mean moving into the solution, creating or migrating information, and making your solution look really good before it's time to welcome end users to it. So that's the swift process. Let's move on and have a look at some of the capabilities within Omnia. So on this slide you can see some main areas that are covered within the Omnia Express scope. So this of course then covers a great start page, integration with Microsoft Teams, search and navigation functionality, notifications, Microsoft 365 integration, branding, and much more. We will have a look at some of the details from an example solution in just a little while. But before we do that, let's just talk a little bit also about what happens after launch. Because when you have launched your solution, it is of course vital that you don't need to invest too much time in thinking about what to do with your intranet or how to manage the solution. And based on some services that are included in the subscription, we can almost guarantee that this will be a hassle-free solution for you. So we will take care of hosting the solution backend and monitor the solution to make sure that it's available for end users all the time. You will also receive product updates. So several times a year, maybe 2, 3, 4 times a year, you will receive new or improved functionality. We will make that available for you, and you can yourself choose if you wish to activate that new functionality for your end users. We will also invite you to our customer success program. So there you will get access to a user group community. You will be invited to online training and information about new features in Omnia. You will also be invited to the Omnia User Group Conference, which is a physical 2-day event where we share knowledge about intranets, document management, knowledge sharing, and so forth. And of course, if you have any challenges with Omnia or with Microsoft 365, you have access to our support desk. So these services will make your intranet life really smooth. We expect at least. So let's move on now to look at some solution examples. And here I will walk you through the solution. We will look at some details. This is not covering all features and functionality available, but this is to give you a first overview. So let's start with some basics. So first of all, in your solution, you will need a top banner. So this will provide context and navigation for the end user, and of course is cross-solution navigation. So here you can see that we have the top banner with the Microsoft 365 app launcher. You can see that we have some navigation top nodes here. You can see that we have some icons over here to the right, and the user profile image up to the right there. So the top banner will also contain then the mega menu. And when we set up your solution, we will, if you wish, include some test content. So that makes it a bit easier to get started. And that also then will set up an example mega menu at least. That will be very easy for you to change. The icons to the right there will give the end user access to some very vital features like search, like notifications, and like personalized navigation, as in this case. A list of my links, pretty short in this example, but then you can add further favorite systems that you use during the day to that personalized navigation. Now let's look at some internal communication features. And first of all, let's have a look at one of the web pages. So here we are at the web page that I have accessed maybe through the mega menu that we just looked at. And as you can see, this is a pretty basic but still good looking web page. This is based on a mobile-friendly template that makes it really easy for editors to produce or edit web pages as you go. So down to the right here, you can see that we have a button there that makes it possible for me to put this page in edit mode. So let's do that. Here is the same page in edit mode, and as you can see here, we are now starting to create a new page. So when I click Create Page, I will put the title in this wizard here, click Create, and there we go. So what I've added also here is of course some text. So we have the summary here, and we have the content of the article here. You can see we have the rich text editor here. So this will be very much focused on producing content. Let's also look here at adding media to the article. And the most common example here is of course to add an image. And as you can see to the left here, you have the possibility to add images both from internal sources and also from external sources. In this case, we are using Pexels. So this is a service that is included in the Omnia Express offering. So I'm now looking for some images that could be suitable for this article. So I'm clicking here to choose one of them. And then, as you see here, we can edit the image. We can design it, or at least do some settings to how it should show on the page. So there we are. We are pretty finished. The article is pretty much complete now. What we want to do before we publish is of course to preview it, and then we can do that in on several different types of screens. In this case, you see that I've chosen to review or preview the article in a mobile client. So there we are. The article is published, and that I would say, was a smooth process to produce a new web page. That will be as easy for you. So the next example is also regarding internal communications, but in this case regarding news. So within your solution you will have a news center. So you can see here, you can access the news center in the top navigation, and here if you have the credentials you will see the button Create Article. And this is also a very simple flow. You give the title here to the news article, you click Create, and there we have the template for news pages as well. So we input some content here. We do the same, you have seen this before with the images. So we input an image here, and as you can see, when I'm choosing an image from an external service, and if that image is a little bit too large to fit on a web page, we will scale it down for you. You can edit the image, add it to the page, and click Next. And before we go live, before we publish the news article, it might be good to use some metadata on that article. So in this case, we can choose between making this a regular or a promoted news article. So in this case, you see we have chosen regular. Then we preview. In this case, you can see I'm previewing it on a broader screen, but we have the same choices here as we saw with the web page before. And then we publish, and here we go, the news article is published. So what will happen then is that when end users visit this page, on the bottom of the page, they will also have the possibility to interact with content. So they can like the article, they can share the article using email, Teams, or share it to Yammer if you are using these services, and also, of course, comment on the article. So the article, once published, will then end up in the news center. So all news articles can be found in the news center. But to make sure that end users receive the news, they will get a notification when there's a new news article published. So since this was a regular news article, it will show here in the notification panel. If we instead would have chosen a promoted news article, it would display on the start page in the positions that you see here. So let's leave internal communications now and instead look at teamwork. So when it comes to collaboration and teamwork, the intranet, we believe at least, is a foundation for smooth and cost-effective teamwork. So what we will look at now can be applied to collaboration in SharePoint or collaboration in Microsoft Teams. And what Omnia Express brings to you here, that is a number of templates for collaboration. So we will include 3 templates, but you can of course add further templates if you wish. So these templates are to provide sort of customized collaboration forums for your employees. So if you wish to add features to a certain type of collaboration, this is the way to go. For the administrators, we will also add a view that makes it possible to monitor the collaboration environment as you go. So when an end user is about to create a new collaboration team, they can use these templates. So first of all, we are now looking at the personalized page, personalized navigation here to teamwork. So these are the teamwork that I have last visited here. And if I have any followed teamwork, any teamwork where I'm more active at the moment, maybe I will follow these and they will show here. But then we have the Create Teamwork button here. And as you can see here, we can then choose a template and we will follow the steps here, creating that new project in this case. So when that has been created, we now have a site, a collaboration, a team site in SharePoint that we can use to publish announcements, where we can share documents, where we can share tasks and so forth. But as I said, this will also then be available in Microsoft Teams. So if you wish to have better control and make the Teams experience perhaps a little bit less cluttered, the collaboration templates here can really help you with that. So we talked about the navigation here as well before. So let's move back here to the start page and have a look at those notifications again. Because notifications are not only about news articles, but if we look at the notification panel here, you can see that we also then have notifications for announcements or team news from collaboration teams. We have the possibility to distribute tasks that have been assigned to the logged on user, or for that to help distribute information on what documents are either new or have been updated by someone else in the teamwork where I'm active. So let's now move to the start page. So this is an example start page, but I would say that this is probably an example that reflects how many Omnia Express intranets look, at least from the start. So we have the promoted news articles here. We have some banners here, some navigation to topics that are in the spotlight. So these might be arrangements or events or topics that are hot within your organization at the moment. We have an upcoming events calendar here. So this will be an organizational calendar that can show any upcoming training or launch or other type of event, online or physical, within your organization. There's a block here to highlight people. So that could be employee of the month, that could be showing new colleagues or maybe upcoming birthdays. We have also added a quick poll to the start page. So that is one possibility to track attitudes and preferences within the user community, asking a weekly or monthly question and getting instant feedback from your colleagues. And to the right here, we have some personalized navigation and tools. So we have the most recently used applications, we have recent teamwork, we have recent documents, and we also have the upcoming events from the logged on user's personal calendar. So let's finish off with having a look at search also. So search is available in the top banner. So if you just want to sort of start typing and searching for a term, in this case sales, the results that the search engine will bring back to you will be divided up into a number of categories. So you can see here we have some people search hits, we have some new search hits, we have some pages down here, we have some documents even below that. So this is of course also configurable, but we think this might be a good example of the quick search. So if you wish to elaborate the search, if you didn't find what you were looking for, you can then expand the search to see the advanced search view or extended search. So here we also have these categories that we saw before on the previous slides. So here we can track people, we can look at news articles that are brought back with, from the search engine, or pages or documents. So also the search experience is of course configurable. So if you want to fine-tune this, that will also be possible. So now you have seen a number of examples of functionality included in the Omnia Express offering. Let me just show you one more thing, and that is regarding Teams integration. So now we are in a live environment here. So this is very similar to what we have looked at, but so we have the start page here, and as you can see, this is then we are live now. And what I wanted to show you here is, of course, two things. First of all, the incredible performance of an Omnia Express solution. So you can see here when I'm shifting between web pages that this is pretty much instant. The average page load time here with Omnia Express is 295 milliseconds, so well below 1 second. But also then, I wanted to show you the possibility to have a Teams integration. So this is the start page here. But what I will show you now is that the intranet actually also is available in Microsoft Teams. So there we go. Now I'm in Teams, as you see. And what we see here is the exact same intranet with the exactly same content, with the exactly same navigation and so forth. So what we can do here is also then bring internal collaboration and all the tools and all the content and the search and so forth from the intranet also into the Teams environment. So this is of course great both for end users and for the intranet as such, since this will help you drive adoption of the intranet. So before we do the summary, I would just also like to show you that there are plenty of more features within Omnia that you can activate within your solution without any further license costs. So here you see a number of examples, and if you wish to dive into any of these, please contact us and we can set up a demo to tell you more. Now, what we need to then remember from this session regarding Omnia Express are the three vital steps here. First of all, the swift and fixed price delivery within just a couple of weeks. The Omnia product that is a very capable product that will help you establish and manage a great intranet. And also then the services included in the Omnia Express offering, which will make this a hassle-free experience. So we hope that Omnia Express can be of interest for you, and we look forward to hearing from you, and hopefully we can set up a meeting where you can ask questions, where we can show you some more stuff regarding Omnia, and also then we can decide on how to move forward from that point. Thank you very much for joining us today, and hope to hear from you soon. Thank you very much.